Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's working. I'm a wee bit later today than I should have been, or as advertised. Just finalizing the stream. That seems to be a-okay. Ooh, a little bit light on the subject. So you can see my ugly mug a little bit easier. And there we go. Right then. So what have we done? We're just super fantastic. That's what we are. I think not. We've made a few changes to the build. We're still... I'm sort of fairly settled with the skill tree. Totally maxed out on Blazing Scream. Totally maxed out on Metamorphosis, Sigil of Chaos, Infernal Breath, and Prison. That's pretty much it. But the Paragon board, I'm still thinking this is not the best setup. Now I have went with Unbound here. I think this is better than Wrath. Where are we? Where's Wrath there? I think this is better. We got damage to elites, and for 50-50 you deal 10% increased damage and Wrath gen. So I think overall this is actually better. We've pretty much maxed out the intel in this board, and no, we haven't. We've got as much intel as we need, and then it's a 330% bonus to magic nodes. We haven't taken these magic nodes here, but we did take the strength and the damage to elites. Strength we don't really need too much. It gives us a bit more crit strike chance, but it does increase our armor. So I'm considering sort of that hasn't made it. That's because it's the wrong one. That get some damage in here. Intel gives us resource gen, so we can take a little bit of that away and give us a little bit more resource generation. Not a massive amount though, and it does give some resist all. So you know, it's overall it's not a bad thing to do. Taking a little bit away of the willpower, but I think we're pretty much okay with this. I mean to say on this, to get this actually get the bonus, we need a lot more willpower, and taking 5 or 10 away here doesn't make a hoot of a difference. And again, I'm not entirely convinced that Dynamism is the right board for me. Just the same as the Ritualism, not sure it's 100% the right board now, but Demonic Spicules and Fathomless, yeah, they are right. But then these two boards I'm still sort of working out, shall we say. I'm thinking this board might change across to the Hex board, just for to maybe give us a little bit more survivability. Although for surviving, I'm not doing too badly, but definitely still a bit squishy. Now we're just trying out this Doombringer. It's got a crit strike damage multiplier and I've got a crit strike chance in it, but both of them are pretty low in this build. But it does give us a massive boost to max life. From 64 to 71. 71, and remembering that the metamorphosis, you gain 1.5% multiplicative for each bonus, so that's over 100% multiplicative damage from here. So it's allowing me to run pit 100s relatively easy. I just done a pit 110 before, and it's my surviving is not as good as it got. I got through it, but survivability was not fantastic. I'm thinking that, yeah, I'm still thinking about running not on Dariel's Visage. Where is he? What is he? Crown of Lucian. I'll lose a little bit of, you know, I guess the only way to find out is actually to run it. I do lose some life. It's back down to 66. But maybe the damage might be allow me to push a little bit more. But I'm not quite there yet. What I am going to be doing over this afternoon is to push a little bit more in the pits. I'm looking at this death aura to be able to, and maybe change this across to hex, and run maybe death aura into, where is it? Death aura into it. And then I am thinking of Eldritch Sight and running, oh come on, and running Terror Swarm, and in particular the vulnerable, because Eldritch Sight dealing damage to vulnerable. So that's sort of I can swap out maybe Unbound, or maybe swap out one of the others, just to take a look and see what happens. H. There. So there's still a bit of work to do here. But first and foremost, I need to get the glyph up. So let's just run a wee bit of this. So it seems to be sort of going through these reasonably okay. Which is, again, famous last words. Protection, a bit of that. And remember, this is me doing a pit 100 now, where I struggled before doing sort of 90s. So I've increased the sort of damage output by about 10 pit levels over the course of these last few days. Where did that? I dropped the stone somewhere. Where is Rockstone? There it is. So I'm reasonably happy with the way the build's coming on. Still got a lot to learn about it, really, for next season. But this is definitely the sort of bare bones of the build. Getting to understand it. But obviously there's going to be a lot of changes from the PTR to the live server. Oh, no, let's not go that way. We just note there. We need to go this way. Opening. Come out with demon form. Just to... Excuse me. Drag them with me for a wee while. Oops. I think I might change the way the skills just a wee bit to configure them a little bit better. Have the two sigils. Sort of side by side instead of having the infernal breath in the middle. A couple of progression offs. Now here I'm not pushing or anything like this, I'm just dying. Bummer. I'm just not quick enough with my fingers. Pathetic. Rubbish is what they shout. Rubbish. Oh, come on. How stupido. I didn't realise the boss was right there. Why is he taking a bit of time to get down? He just went straight down there. Don't know why he was taking so long with that, just that last little bit. Message coming in. Let's see what that was. Right, so I died a few times.
Thousands of gems in a handful of dust.
Yeesh. Can't imagine that how much that would have been if I hadn't taken out my gems. Pardon me. Try that again. Now remember, this is me with all 300 Paragon points. This would be much more problematic if I hadn't all these Paragon points. Keeping well away from these spiders. Don't want to get poisoned. But then the only problem is I can't see a damn thing. I do like the speed. Speed is quite nice. I have knocked them blazing skulls like crazy. Ooh, poison. That's it. Don't need to worry about that. Not necessary for greed. So I am missing an aspect because of the I thought that was the boss coming. Because of the Doombringer. Okay, I dropped it somewhere. Where did I drop it? No, never mind. Turn around. Of course, should be here soon. The other one. We shall appear. Went down easy enough. That was a better run than the last one. Oh, I need to spend some levels. Right, death aura's at 100.
You know where to find me.
Right, I'm on T12. Let's have a look for a sword.
It's an excellent pull. Nice. Hey. Yeah.
Well, that's an upgrade at least.
Step up to my anvil.
Alright, willpower. Insidious. Weapon damage, physical damage over time.
Taken apart, but
New.
good then.
We'll try again.
Hey. It's a legendary. Nice. Oh, sorry.
Elegy. I mean, see, elegy is for Blazing Scream. But I don't think it's going to be better than Doombringer.
Oh, we were just getting warmed up.
Even if it was a mythic version. Thousand Eye Reaver. Damage over time, fire, max life.
That's it for that
Blah.
piece.
It's down.
Oh, sword.
Yeah. Hey. It's sorry.
Another upgrade.
Legendary prize.
Not many GAs are dropping in this, is it? Hellfire skills equal to 75% of your damage resistance. Well, this, you know, you think that, okay, well, what's my fire resist? And my fire resist right now is 1,000,000. But if you read what it actually says, increased damage is 75% of your fire resistance damage reduction. Well, damage reduction is capped at 90%. So 75% and 90%, that's what it is. Even if this is a max, it doesn't matter how much fire resistance you've got. It actually says fire resistance damage reduction, and damage reduction is capped, which is a bit of a bummer. Otherwise, yeah, that you know, fire resistance of 1,000,000 and you get 75% of that as damage. Ow, that would be nice.
It's worth it. They can't all be winners, can they?
Look at that, nothing. Take this down to maybe 15 or something. Oh, there's an upgrade there. What was that upgrade?
Mainlander, what brings you?
Demonic. Each hit with demonology skills increases the damage by 3.2 up to 64, which is that's not too bad. Because the Blazing Scream is a demonology, as is Infernal Breath and Metamorphosis, Dark Prison, and Commandable. So you know that actually is quite good. So we could try that
I'll be
if
here
we
swinging
so
away.
desire. But would we want to get rid of that? We're sort of running out of places to put aspects.
Yeah.
And this sort of bothers me a wee bit.
It's worth something.
You know, we're coming to a point in the game you don't actually need aspects. So why chase them? Weapon damage, willpower, life on kill, shadow. Not as quite as good as that. Remorseless, killing 30 enemy increases damage by 57%. And we kill. What am I doing? So that's not a bad one to remorseless.
Feeling lucky, man. Hey, nice. And it's worth some. A legendary prize. Oh, so hey, well done, you.
Nada. No, they're not even a GA.
I'll be here swinging away.
Terrible. It's
You welcome me when no one else would.
and yeah.
There's an upgrade and a single GA. Willpower max life. Okay, weapon damage over time. I think that weapon's better. A mutilation.
Pity to break another's work.
Care for a game of chance? And yeah. Oh, sorry. Nice. Hey, it's worth something. Not much, but something.
Nothing there. Azarath. Do I want it? No. No, I don't want to convert.
Hey, it's worth an excellent night.
Okay, there's an upgrade.
Yeah. Terrible. A legend. Oh, finished so soon?
And the upgrade was Fathomless. Okay. That's good. Crit strike damage, weapon damage. We'll take the upgrade.
And yeah. Hey,
Hmm.
it's worth.
Couple here that might be of use.
It's worth some. I thought mainlanders had a sense of adventure.
Single GA, single GA. Ominous. While standing skill. Standing still. Okay. Don't think I'm going to use that one.
You know where to find me.
But I do stand still quite a bit, so
Nice. Hey,
always things to consider.
legendary prize. And
Ooh, 2
excellent
upgrades this time.
nights. Next one will be even better.
Insidious. Okay, that's never maxed out. Ominous. And that's another... Well, it's not maxed out, but it's getting there.
Hey, it's worth
Not too many to go now.
legendary prize. Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Not too bad.
Oh, it is a waitress, isn't it?
Weapon damage, single GA. Willpower, single GA. Well, we've had quite a few upgrades, which is a good thing.
A legendary prize. Oh,
None of them to what I'm actually using.
down. They can't all be winners, can they?
See? Could have done with upgrades to any of these.
It's a legend. Terrible. And it's down. A legend.
Oh, there's an upgrade.
Nice. Next one will be even better.
Max life. Peril. Making an enemy vulnerable increases the damage you do up to 68%, which might not be bad if I turn across to the Terror Swarm. Because that would mean I'll get a 68%. Excuse me.
Back to it then.
It's hey, terrible.
Even though I had a slightly better sleep last night, I still feel tired. Life on hit. Okay. So I've got crushing on there, damage while fortified, and we're fortified for fair substantial amount of time. Right, so what do I want now? I got the death aura up there. Take the Eldritch Sight up. I'm looking at this entropy. So it's much the same. It's again, it's intelligence purchased. Anyway, first of all, let's get this Eldritch Sight up. Oh. Dropped it. So I'm not really in any hurry. Just need to get through here. They kind of do sort of melt. I do need some more life on hit or life on kill or something like this to offset that damage from burning. What's this? Bit of lethal. Oh, I'm blast wave. Lethally blast waving. And artillery. Heavens almighty, all in a space of just a little bit of... again when... Ooh! That was maybe a mistake. I was going to go back in when I got to the boss. But maybe I need it beforehand. Yeah. Just that little bit extra damage makes a difference. Ooh. Pick it up. Put it in. Attrition, Wrath, Eldritch Sight. Yeah. Because I do want to try that. Try the Terror Swarm.
Wise to seek an Ascari where here's what remains. Good luck, mainlander.
Marty's got himself to 250. Good for him. Well, you see, the Doombringer isn't doing too badly. Come on, pick it up. Don't get down. Yeah, taking a little bit of the way down. And amongst them here. Leave the stone. Being in demon form really does ramp up the damage. But Stolen. Right, let me pick it up this time. Thank you. Where do you go? You. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. There we go, that's better. So Doombringer is generally okay.
Time to go, it seems.
As it does bring a lot of life. But I think I'm going to change to the regular sword with the aspect. Oh, that must have been a whisper at some point. Gem fragments. Good. Oh, a royal ruby. I'm getting there slowly but surely. Take more damage in demon form. Nothing here.
Back to it then.
Now, I am running Crushing, which is damage while fortified. So we saw what we could do using the Doombringer. So we are fortified. So we're getting that extra. Oh, we don't need to go. We keep making that mistake. That wasn't quite a one shot, but somewhat just as I was moved, someone just gone. Oh, Jesus, annoying. Not happy with this. Daddy way too many times. So this is why I'm thinking of the Death Aura and maybe the Hex board. See if I can grab some more damage reduction. Can't argue with getting the boss down so quick. My argument is with myself in how crap my survivability is. How many failures at 80% can you get?
Here's what remains.
Now what I'm going to do, I'll save this. Just call it regular. Then I'll take this board away. I don't know an easier way to do this. Apart from taking them all away. I don't want to refund all. You should be able to do this in a better way. Alright, let's see. Creator Hex. So it still gives us 25%, 75% damage. Applying Hex, vulnerable or weakened to enemies, permanently reduces the damage they deal to you by 25%. So that's a DR of 25% right there. And they take increased damage, 75%. Vulnerable, healing. We don't need the abyss damage.
Here's what I found.
Siri trying to give me answers that I didn't ask a question to. We don't hex. But we do want that, so maybe I rotate the board a wee bit. We got max life, total armor there. Resist to all damage, vulnerable damage, max life. But we can come in that way and come down that way, and then come down here to get the max life. Okay. Oh, I haven't attached the board yet. Wondering why that wasn't working properly. Alright, so that's taken that way in here. Abyss damage. There's willpower here. But what do I need in here? If I put death aura. Right, we need willpower. Okay, so we take that willpower. That's 20 willpower. Okay, that's already enough willpower. Just taking these two nodes. Because it gives a bonus to the rare. So that's 37 willpower. That's 60, 74 willpower. And plus we've got there 79, so that's enough willpower done. And because it doesn't, you don't need anything else in there, because it doesn't gain you any other bonuses. It's just the death aura itself. So we come down and max life, healing received. We'll come down and take the vulnerable. Come up and get the greater hex, that node. That's resist all, that's hex damage bonus. This is max life, so we come down and get that. Take these max life and total armor. I think that's maybe all we need in here. We don't need the abyss damages. Oh, max life. Damage. We get 19 points still left over. That's resist to all. So maybe we can actually take in some of these other nodes. Damage, resist all. Sort of frees up some. Damn it, total armor. We could come up and get that now. Total armor. Why can't we get that one? No idea. We don't have enough to come up. Take the damage away from here. We need to keep at least one in there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we just got enough to come up into here. Total armor and resist all. So that means that we actually have gained quite a lot in survivability, we hope. Oh, we could have came down and 1, 2, 3. Demon form damage bonus. And we get 2 more points. So we've taken away a little bit of Razal and a little bit more to demon form. See how that runs. Okay, so that because we've got the willpower that we need in there, and that's all we need in that board. We don't need the abyss damages. And yeah. Like, see how that runs just on its own. I don't think that we've got enough things that will give us vulnerability. Now, if we change to this and took in this, yeah. We don't want this one. We don't want that because we have lesser demons. If we took this, we wouldn't have any lesser demons spitting out. Volatility. Viscerate. Fortify. Because we get all these for free. Yeah, I'm just looking to see. That's weakened. Now we don't really have any things that apply vulnerable. There's the Warlock. Starless. Yeah, I didn't really have anything that applies vulnerable. Let's just run this and just see how it runs, just without doing anything else. But I'm a little concerned that there's nothing there that would seem to apply vulnerable. Unless I move across to the Terror Swarm. Well, I didn't last very long. So much for the better survivability. Well, I suppose once I got over that little escapade at the beginning, it's not been too bad. Famous last words. You know, I'd really like to be able to run and cast this blazing screen. That would be pretty neat. So it's not too shabby. After I got over that first death. Something just happened to the feed. Seems to be okay. Because we died. Yeah, the feed seems to be a little bit skew with. Maybe it's just my iPad connection. Because my... Oh, yes, okay, so it's maybe my VPN connection. Because my connect to the... Try that again. Which is a bit strange because my latency here is pretty good. Alright, let's spec into Terra Swarm. Because then I don't get this, but I do still get these upgrades here. Makes them vulnerable. And then infestation. Right, let's see how that runs. Because I've always quite liked this Terra Swarm, but never really had an opportunity to run it. Damage doesn't seem to be quite as good as the other. Because I'm not in demon form as much. Because it doesn't take me into demon form, so I need to channel be in demon form. I need to channel a skill. Oh, let me pick the damn thing up. Now can I pick up the stone, please? Ah. Finally. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be quite as strong as... because I need to... channel a skill to be in demon form. And I am dropping this damn stone. I get to the point that I can't be bothered to pick it up again. So if I'm gonna run this, can't really run Blazing Scream too easily. See what it does against the boss. Boss should be coming up. Reasonably soon. I'll be taking these down our health. Not taking down the boss is quick. Different. Not an entire failure, but I think maybe as a farming build that might be better. But running Blazing Scream and Infernal Breath with the Terror Swarm is not such an easy thing. Could maybe take away Blazing Scream and maybe put on the Profane Sentinel. Could try that. Or maybe Tyrant's Grasp. Maybe knock down the enemy, but just see how that runs. Instead of Blazing Scream, do the Infernal Breath there. And then Tyrant's Grasp here. I haven't played Tyrant's Grasp, so I'm not sure how this will run. But one thing is clear, we do need to be in demon form. Okay, well this is not working at all. Decidedly different. But weak. That's what I would say, is weak. Yeah, look here, see? No, I'm not liking this. Let's get out of here. Nothing in here. So that was interesting, but nah. I think that's still better. But we haven't got points in here because we get the lesser demon things, the stuff for free. Oh, I haven't put this stuff back on yet. That's a bit silly of me. Alright, so want blazing scream in here. Sigil chaos, not tyrant's grasp, but infernal breath. To command Abodians, sigil chaos, dark prison, infernal breath, metamorphosis, and blazing scream. That's what we want. Oh, I saw that coming, but just didn't press the. Still. Still having issues with. survivability. Now on paper it should be better, this, because I'm getting 25% damage reduction. Some of it is my gameplay, not being quick enough. I'm not alert enough to the dangers. Yeah, this is still better. Even though I'd like to run the Terror Swarm, I don't think it's giving me the right damage. Oh, I dropped. I do have to drop out of demon form. Because of the damage from destruction. But I think I'm getting more confident in what it can and can't do. But obviously the seasonal powers from next, it's going to have a huge impact. So I'm still thinking that even though I don't seem to have much forms of
Step up to my
vulnerable damage, applying vulnerable, I should be able to maybe find something that
Thousands of gems in
applies vulnerable. A little bit more consistently. Right, so that is damage while fortified. Attack. I could have a look at that for a wee while, see what happens. Got the ignition on. I haven't had an upgrade in this for quite some time. Intercom. I could try intercom because I do stand still. See, there's this making an enemy vulnerable. Increases damage you do by 3.4 up to 60. Yeah, but it's making the enemy vulnerable. Applying vulnerable. And then that might work quite nicely. That might quite... Actually, I could try that, couldn't I?
Let's watch over this one.
Take a point away from here. And point away from here. Then making the enemies vulnerable. Maybe this will work a little bit better. Really. You can get past this first bunch. I think to use this I need to maybe not necessarily be in demon form all the time. Because to do that I'd need to be channeling dropping this stone way too often. So I need this on to be able to do the damage. Yeesh. No, I think I'm still preferring the other. Find a different way to apply vulnerable. So next season,
Gems in a handful of dust.
no more Terror Swarm.
Mainlander. That is Ascari craftsmanship.
get rid of this because it's annoying me. So I keep coming back to Metamorphosis and Destruction. Point in here. Actually, I think just 2 points into Chaos. Dark Prison's already maxed out, as is Blazing Scream. Yeah. A lot of content creators do this sort of work in a safe environment. I prefer to do this here. Real life. Overall, this just seems to be more powerful. Oh, why did I do it there? Being in demon form is better. Better for my damage anyway. Now there is another I could take a look at for the is what demonology damage. This just seems to be better overall. Terror Swarm is nice, but just isn't giving me what I thought it would have gave me. And as long as I can manage managing this sort of survivability part of it. I think it should be okay. So this is the sort of going to be the base of the build I'll run next season. Anything? Nothing up here. Maybe try Rampage instead of instead of Infernal Breath. Ooh, there's the boss. I think I just came out of... Just got on the Infernal Breath. And of course I dropped the stone. One fail at 90%. Wonderful. How are we doing for time? So that was, so even though it's, I don't seem to be putting much vulnerable on it, it seemed to be doing sort of okay. That's summon damage. Damage with a barrier. You know, I haven't even looked at overpower. Damage while fortified. Let's have a look at this and see what happens. So this is not about survivability. This is about how quickly I can get through here. These things are blinking off and on too quick for me to really... Oh, no, one heart is stolen. Thank you. Oh, drop the damn stone again. God damn it. And of course I dropped the stone again. Where is the damn stone? I would say the damage on this doesn't seem to be too shabby. I wish there was a better way of seeing what was on the bloody ground though. I think I'm probably a little slow actually. Well, I dropped the stone so many bloody times. Abraham, good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope I pronounced your name properly. Oh, get away from that. And get a bit closer. It's not too shabby. Not sure if this is any better or not though. And of course I dropped the damn stone. No need for abyssal. No blood frenzy. I'm not really crowd controlling. Abyss skills. Could take a look at Eliminator as well. And how are you this fine day, Abraham? Abraham, I should say. So that was, I think, okay. Because that is a demon, pretty much all of them are demonology. The two main ones, they'll be both demonology. Oh, excuse me. I think generally my surviving is a little bit better, although it's still rubbish. But that's as much my gameplay as anything else, I think. Hit me, stick. Hit me. Hit me. The injury in the blockheads hit me with a ribbon stick. do have to come out of demon form every now and then, but oh yeah. Seems to be one or two more progression orbs dropping, which is good. Get us through to the boss a little bit quicker. Oh, bollocks, I seen that coming. You. And darn it. Lost the stone. I thought the stone was right about here. Oh well. Never mind. Actually, there is one more for defenses. Ichor. Where is this? Ichor Carapace. You deal more damage with demonology. And you gain 35%, not multiplicative, but additive, increase in armor. Still think these three are pretty good. Attrition still might be okay. That's intel. I like the Unbound because it's a wrath regen, and it gives me damage to elites. Could try level up Headhunter. %10 damage to elites, and it gives me bonuses to the normal nodes. I think Death Aura is not too bad in here though. And it has allowed me to free up quite a lot of other nodes that I wouldn't normally I wouldn't have otherwise. Like this Eldritch Carapace. I need a little bit, but that's intel. That don't want to put intel in there. So the rare nodes here is demonology damage and regular damage. So that's like 100%. That is 99% damage. Let's see how that runs. Drop the damn thing again. I get to the point where I get fed up with it. Not gonna say anything. But it's famous last words. Oh no, that wrong one. Oh, let me pick up the damn thing. Oh, that actually seemed to be a decent change. I need to run a few more to make sure that that's what I think it is. But that seemed to be a positive. Well, it's not at 100 yet either, so there's room for improvement. And even, you know, I'm just taking these to 100. But if you take them up into sort of 130, 140, then it's much more powerful. But that was an interesting take. Because if that holds true, because I don't need some of these willpower, and maybe I can find a better home for them. Although I think I'm pretty much maxed out on willpower. But then I could maybe go up and get this. Maybe just keep it with willpower, actually. Anyway, before I decide anything, another couple of runs is probably a good idea. That wind outside is really quite something today. Forget you. Do you need to come out with demon form every now and then? And then of course I need to get back in again to grab a hold of the Heart of Stone. Oh, what? I have no idea what just hit me. I took my eye off the screen for just a minute. I think yeah, maybe attrition is the right glyph to go with. Boss is down easy enough. Alright, where's the little thingy? Outside. One. It's not too bad, one fail. Alright, I think this is this is me for today. I think we've done some good work here. I'm getting towards what I want this build to be.
From creation, destruction.
Weapon damage, physical damage multiplier, max life, damage over time. Oh, wow, I must have died quite a number of times, because that was a lot. Did I forget to take one out? Was that the reason why?
This should be interesting.
Alright, so... no, because I need a Thenema of the Primes. Wendigo, Dirgevodium. Nah. Max life. That's only a 5 charm, so no need. Fire resist, movement speed, demonology instead of the all stats. Hellfire, Hellfire, Demonology, Hellfire. See, I'm better with the Hellfire. Because they're all... That's Demonology, Hellfire. Sigil, Hellfire. So this is a Hellfire. Demonology, Hellfire. Defensive Occult, Hellfire. So you're better taking Hellfire in all slots if possible. So I can reroll the set charm, see if I can get a better Hellfire roll. Put feed for the... Yeah, that's... Yeah, now it's back. So I guess I've got some issues with my VPN. All stats. We need in GA, so I'm not worried about anything else. We've got enough regular demonology, and look at that, occult and fire resist. It's like a double GA. For more, because you only get it by salvaging charms. You can't get them anywhere else. Come on.
No other people I'd rather break bread with.
Physical resist and resist all. Ah, it's a double GA. Abyss skills. Movement speed. Cold. For now, it is time to go. Ta-ta for now.